Hello and welcome to another edition of the Wittenberg Factor, here in our brand new, yet still spin-tight studio. Tonight on The Factor, we look at basketball politics and Newt Gingrich's sick, twisted logic. Caution! Strong opinions ahead. But before we get started tonight, I'd like to talk a little bit about my new backdrop. The Factor's trademark green curtain is gone, abandoned in the old studio, which has since been condemned. In its place, we have the Gadsden flag. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Oh, God, he's one of those Tea Party wackos, and I can assure you that's not the case. The Gadsden flag predates the Tea Party by more than 230 years. In fact, it even predates the country. And I guarantee you that most of those mouth breathers of the Tea Party don't even know that this is the Gadsden flag or what it really stands for. It's one of our nation's first flags, and I'm going to have it sitting right here behind me to remind everybody that there was a time when we were a great nation. But with every passing day, the America that we knew is passing into shadow. Now let's take a look at our first story. The polar vortex has again drummed up the tired global warming debate. Now look, I don't know what's going on with the world, but you can't tell me that the climate hasn't changed in the past few years. It's changed even since I was a kid. Now, is it man-made? Is it increased solar activity? I don't know. You know what? I'm not a scientist, and I don't claim to be. All that I know is that the summers are hotter, and the winters are either very mild or cold as balls. When I took the vacation in July of 2013, I was stuck in the house the entire time because it was too hot to even do anything. I live in western Montana. That's not normal. And a carbon tax won't fix a damn thing, nor will anything else the Democrats suggest, or just pretending a problem doesn't exist like the Republicans do. And speaking of changing your mind about global warming, Newt Gingrich went from this...
Hi, I'm Nancy Pelosi, lifelong Democrat and Speaker of the House.
And I'm Newt Gingrich, lifelong Republican, and I used to be Speaker.
We don't always see eye to eye, do we, Newt?
No, but we do agree our country must take action to address climate change.
We need cleaner forms of energy, and we need them fast.
If enough of us demand action from our leaders, we can spark the innovation we need.
Go to wecansolveit.org. Together, we can do this.
To claiming in an interview on Crossfire that the climate was just fine when it was warmer during the dinosaurs' time. I'm sure it was. Now, let's take a look at what kinds of things lived back then. Oh, it was just fine. Yeah, it was just fine. Yeah. For the dinosaurs, Newt! Yeah, because there's no difference between a human and a dinosaur. In the interview, Newt Gingrich called himself an amateur paleontologist. And I'd like to just point out here that just because you've seen all 3 Jurassic Park movies, that doesn't make you an amateur paleontologist. Any more than suggesting that we build a base on the moon makes you an amateur astronaut. K-Duty! Look. Since you're an amateur paleontologist, maybe you can realize that Earth was basically an alien planet 65 million years ago. There was much more volcanic activity, there was a different oxygen level, and there were completely different plants and animals. Things are a little different, alright? See, this is the second dumbest thing now that I've heard regarding dinosaurs. Only second, you ask? Yes, because nothing will ever top those wonderful, quaint little people who believed that the devil planted dinosaur bones to trick you into believing in them. And it took me a while to realize why Newt thinks he knows so much about life during the dinosaurs, but then it hit me. Now on to sports news. Let's turn to a sport that's even more boring than basketball. Dennis Rodman and his diplomats. Only Nixon could go to China. Only Dennis Rodman is stupid enough to go to North Korea. In a recent interview, Mike Tyson called what Rodman did treason. I have no soundbite of it, so I'll have to just read it myself.
It's treason. It's treason, 100%. Look, I'm not politically incarnate or anything, but when you examine what treason is, it's treason. He's in another land. That's the enemy of our land, and he's talking shit on us. He's talking really bad to our guys over there, and he's defending them. And plus, they've got one of our guys over there in prison, and he's defending them, saying, do you know what that guy did? Well, you don't either. You become his lackey. He sure must have paid him with money. I'm sure he's getting paid. I'm sure Dennis is not doing this out of the kindness of his heart.
Now, everybody, let's just take a quick minute and just let that sink in. Just let it percolate around in your head. Just think about it. Okay. The guy who decided that the best way to retaliate for his opponent's illegal hit was to bite his ear off thinks Dennis Rodman went too far. The guy who once said he wanted to eat someone's children is making more sense than you. When Mike Tyson thinks you're a lunatic, you're officially beyond hope. Thanks for joining us here on the program today. I'm Tyler Wittenberg, and the spin is that away.